Scientists are certain they know what is causing an increase in weather extremes. Their warnings about the need for action are dire. Fuel efficient or no fuel vehicles make a difference.
But so does something you probably haven't thought about. Here's ABC 27 Chief Meteorologist Eric Finkenbeiner.
The last 2 years have been warm, locally and globally. Let's start off here in the mid-state, where 2021 and 2020 rank as the all-time warmest years on record. Now, both of these years also rank in the top 10 warmest years globally. But what is more alarming is all of the top 10 warmest years on record have all occurred since 2010. Much of the increase is attributed to fossil fuel burning, which increases the amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, making the atmosphere warmer by trapping heat. Researchers have been working on ways to remove carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere, but if we could find a more efficient way of removing that carbon.
Oh, I gotta say, these trees are. About 14% of the U.S.'s total emissions are offset by America's forests. So trees are the most efficient. They exist, they live in a lot of places, and they're self-reproducing.
So how does it work? How does a tree remove carbon out of the air?
So trees sequester carbon through photosynthesis. So they take in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, they take up water and nutrients from the ground, and then in the leaf, they photosynthesize and they turn carbon dioxide and water into sugar. And sugar is what is doing the sequestration. That, getting that carbon out of the atmosphere and turning it to sugar, that is the sequestration. And then it goes into the tree uses it to build wood, make leaves, roots, all that kind of stuff.
There are several locations that measure carbon dioxide across the globe, and Mauna Loa in Hawaii is one of them. Since we started measuring in the 60s, we went from 320 parts per million to 420 parts per million as of this year.
And that increase in carbon dioxide has really, caused the climate crisis and climate change that we're seeing today. So reducing the amount of carbon in the atmosphere is really key to slowing some of those effects and stopping future impacts.
Now, all forests and woodlots sequester carbon, which is great, but some can be made to maximize their sequestering potential. That additional activity, otherwise known as additionality, would increase the amount of sequestering that would normally occur. Now, this is where carbon markets come into play, paying the landowner that is doing some kind of additional carbon sequestration activity.
So that they're going to pay the forest landowner to do some kind of management for maximum benefit. Sometimes it's harvesting, sometimes it's managing invasive species, and sometimes it's just letting the forest grow. And so that's what a carbon program is, and that's what they're paying you for, is additional carbon sequestration.
There are several carbon programs available now, and more are expected to be created in the future, and the best way to get started is to start with a forester. The Penn State Extension also has resources available for interested landowners, and if you don't own forest land, you can still support good forest management by purchasing sustainable forest products. So, for example, everything you see on this trailer, that's all stored carbon. That's right. So when this goes into products like cabinets or flooring or building houses, that's carbon that's being stored out of the atmosphere, which is allowing more trees then to grow in its place, continuing that cycle. So planting trees is good, but also harvesting trees is good too.